Dan Bernstein Unfiltered. Unfiltered on 312 Sports.
Welcome to Dan Bernstein Unfiltered. This is 312 Sports, and I'm Dan Bernstein. So it works out well. This is the Cubs' last shot today, and they got about a 10% chance of winning the series based on history. Now, when I look at those numbers and I see that, I would think that of the 10% who have come back in a best-of-5 series in MLB from an 0-2 hole, have been more competitive in the previous two games. Now, obviously, you know that variance rules all in a short series, and baseball's weird. And all of a sudden, things can change in an instant in a baseball series. But I would think that the likelihood of the Cubs beating the Brewers in 3 consecutive games is less. And I think our pessimism is well-earned, because they haven't shown that they're better than the Brewers at anything. I can understand if these 2 wins, if you are getting one bad call here or one break here just goes the wrong way, a weird bounce, something falls in, something finds a hole, something happens. This isn't that series. These haven't been those games. So I'll give you either side of it. If you want to just say baseball can baseball, and I'm gonna cast my lot with variance and hold on to hope, go ahead. Do it. You're allowed. I'm giving you permission to do that. And if you say the Cubs will never, on their best day, this Cubs team against this Brewers team, they're never going to beat them 3 games in a row wherever it's played, I'll give you that too.
Yeah, no, it seems pretty fair to say that they're not going to win 3 consecutive games just by watching the first 2 games and seeing not only the performance, but just the feeling around it, the body language, the approaches at bat, the swings, defensive errors and just misplays. It doesn't feel like it is a 92-win ball game going against a division rival that happened to win the most games of anyone in the season. It hasn't been competitive. Even when the Cubs were up 3-0 yesterday. Was it yesterday, 2 days ago? In the first inning with the Suzuki home run, that was great. It was great to see, but it didn't even feel like, all right, this is now this is the team that we're expecting to see. It was just a bad pitch that he hit really, really far, but you never felt like the Brewers were going to be out of it because it was 3-0. It was only the first inning.
And the way the Brewers approach at bats, their ability to make positive contact, to have high contact without being slappy, to work counts to get their pitch and not miss their pitch against a pitching staff that, as we mentioned yesterday, is not laden with enough hard throwers to make it difficult to do what they do. The Cubs are in tough right now.
Yeah,
that's just it's clear. And if you got one last gasp, and if you're whatever your motivation is, get one more home gate of money for the Ricketts family, go get them. Get them that. Just last one more day. Live to fight another day.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at a couple different things. And with Jameson Taillon getting the start tonight, I mean, we know what his history was. Drafted by the Pirates, eventually traded to the Yankees. I mean, he's had Tommy John. He missed a season early in his career.
Well, everybody's had Tommy John. I know.
You
barely need to include that.
No,
anymore.
but I mean, but he missed a season for Tommy John. He missed the consecutive season for a hernia surgery. 2017, guy battled cancer and missed time playing there. Another arm injury that kept him out. So the guy's battled back. Okay, he has some resilience to him. Obviously, a veteran pitcher. And I like the fact that he's getting the start tonight. I think he's going to show up and do well for the team. We'll see what happens as far as the offense is concerned, because Jameson Taillon can pitch a hell of a game. And if the bats don't want to show up, if Ian Happ's not going to get hits, if Matt Shaw is going to continue not getting hits but walking, I mean, like we need guys to show up. Kyle Tucker, if he's going to hit the ball, great. I mean, I know he's dealing with the leg injury. Jackson Chourio had a leg injury, and the guy hit a 3-run homer that's still going.
And has a leg injury. Apparently, it grabbed on him again late in the game. They might be playing games here.
Maybe out. You never know.
With a game-time decision.
But the only positive, like they're home. You have the home crowd behind you. You've talked about this all the time, the energy of the home crowd.
Prove it.
The feeling of the home crowd.
Prove it.
We talked about a couple guys who their splits are much better at home than on the road. Crow Armstrong being one of those guys. So now's your chance to prove that. If it really makes that much of a difference and an impact, then now's your chance to do it.
Here are some numbers. Kyle Tucker, how many extra base hits do you think he's had in the postseason?
0.
Ian Happ, 19 postseason at-bats. He's struck out 9 times.
Yeah, he's 2 for 19 with 9 Ks.
And here's the other thing about it. He's only walked 0 times.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, the thing with Matt Shaw, he's not hitting the ball, and he hasn't for a while, but he is 0 for 2 with 4 walks in the Brewer series.
Yeah, his batting average is 0.00. Pete Crow Armstrong is 4 for 18. He has struck out 10 times, and he has 0 walks. 3 of those 4 hits were in the clincher. Now,
and just some really bad at-bats, really bad approach to the plate. And you remember through the first, I think, 18 pitches he saw in the Padres series, none of them were in the strike zone. And he had like 5 or 6 strikeouts.
And what Crow Armstrong told The Athletic, hitting 100 is always going to be hard. Putting up runs in big league games is hard. The sport that we play is hard. It's just our job to execute. I know I haven't done that. We've got to put more balls in play, and we'll probably score more runs. All true.
Yeah, all true. All very true.
Everything said is absolutely true. Now, here's another bit of data for the game this afternoon. If you're listening to this, perhaps on your way over to Wrigley Field on a gorgeous fall day in Chicago, the winds are northeast at 10 to 15 miles an hour. In the evening, the winds will drop down out of the east at 5 to 10, but blowing in. It is a chill wind blowing in. So whether or not you think this helps the Cubs against the booming bats that have so far put them in this stranglehold is up to you. We know that there is generally a wind shadow in the video board because if you're going to hit a line drive to left, it'll still go regardless of the wind. It's not helped by it, but it's certainly hurt less in the wind shadow of the video board. But ball go far, team go far, and the Brewers have proved that so far.
You know, I turned the TV on yesterday, and Marquee was on. The channel was on as it came on screen, and they were right in the middle of a Cubs-Brewers thing, and so I'm like, all right, caught my interest for a second. And it was runners on second base looking at the pitcher and the signaler and the catcher and basically looking at sign stealing.
That's legal.
Right, that's completely legal. But they had some really good video footage showing the guys on second, Wilson Contreras being one of them, William Contreras being one of them, where you actually saw his body change position and moved to kind of get into the catcher, and then hand gestures.
Yeah, and sometimes
a couple different guys with hand gestures.
Sometimes it's either hands on hips means one thing, hands
yeah,
dangling
but he had
down means another.
Left hand out shaking meant something.
Yeah,
but anyway, here's the point.
It's a nothing.
No, it is. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
Right.
It's part of the game.
It's also a nothing that necessarily knowing what's coming it doesn't really give you the kind of advantage people think that it does.
Okay, but I also
against velocity.
I also think it doesn't hurt.
No, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, so you may argue against the advantage to it, but it doesn't hurt having that knowledge either.
Correct.
And so they showed a couple of pitches where the signal was given and then the ball went out over the fence.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's part of the game. I'm not saying anything negative about it. It's what happens. So if that's happening and you know it as the team, fucking adjust. Make adjustments, do something different if there's a guy in second base. And you see that this is happening, try to do something different is all I'm saying.
Use a different sign.
That's all I'm saying is do something different if you're the Cubs.
I'll tell you, back in the day what they used to do is the pitcher steps off, takes one look at the runner at second base, and says, this is up to you. You do that again, this guy's getting it in the neck. And I'm not turning into Ed Farmer here.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not saying.
A little bit.
I'm just saying that's how it used to back in the old rough and tumble days. That's how it used to be handled. And now everybody's friends, and you don't do that anymore. I'm not lamenting. I'm not saying it's wrong or bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there is a way to handle that where you can have a brief discussion with the person who is signaling the hitter and say, I just want it clear that it is within your power to either have this ball in the guy's neck or not.
Yeah, no, I get it.
He can blame you.
Again,
it's not my fault.
Nothing negative about it happening. I'm not. It's part of the game. So if you know that it's happening, just do something to make it not happen, or adjust in what you're doing. Yeah, it's totally fine. It's part of the game. But the thing is, too, you have to get a runner to second in order to do that.
That'd be nice.
Yes.
It'd be nice.
It's helpful.
A couple times.
It's helpful to have that.
And that's the thing about what Pete Crow Armstrong has been saying about his inability to hit, and where he has been hearing all the right things from Craig Counsell about, hey, man, defense doesn't slump. That and that this is borne out in how do you think Mike Trout really accrued all the war that he accrued over time? It's because the moment he walks on the field at a critical defensive position, he's one of the best ever to do it, to patrol center field.
Yeah, and that's Pete Crow.
And Pete Crow Armstrong is a great defensive player, and he's got positive value every game, even if he comes to the plate without a bat.
Right.
Base running is a huge component of that.
So maybe try that.
I don't care.
And a bat without a bat?
I don't care how you get on. I don't care. How to have the threat of his base running, everything that does to speed up an infielder's thought process, to make him think, I got to get this ball over here quicker, or changing the probability of the hitter's ball in play getting through because you're worried about a stolen base and you need to cover certain areas. Speed can erode defense even before the ball is put in play.
Yeah, and you just have to stop chasing bad balls. You have to stop chasing balls out of the strike zone. I was reading an article from a Milwaukee paper earlier today about Pat Murphy, what he tells young guys, and including Andrew Vaughn when they first brought him up from the minors. Don't chase. If you chase, you're going back down. It's just that simple. And that's it.
Oh,
and
okay.
There's nothing more to it.
Thanks, Skip.
Right. Keep the ball in the strike zone. Don't chase out of the strike zone, or you won't be here. And guys that follow that protocol will play. If you don't, you're not going to play. It's really simple.
And against Quinn Priester, remember, the wind is blowing in. Quinn Priester is a right-hander. He's a local kid from
Glendale Heights. Yep.
Glendale Heights.
Went to Cary Grove High School.
Cary Grove.
Yeah.
So following in the footsteps of many young Boers family members. And actually, Joe was a really good pitcher for that high school. So
different era, though.
Well, completely different era. Completely different era. Oh, he's an old timer. That was back in the day where you could throw at people. We're by the way, there is a Hawk Harrelson still out there.
There's a meatball.
Worse. He's making me absolutely and I forgot how much I hate.
He walked in so angry today.
I forgot how much I hate John Smoltz's
so angry.
work. We're going to get to that in a second because a couple follow-ups here, and this will play nicely. So Quinn Priester, he throws this year. He has thrown a cutter about 20% of the time at 92.3 miles an hour. He throws a two-seamer sinking fastball 41.7% of the time. That's about 94 miles an hour. And he's got a slider that he throws at a much slower pace at 86.1. So that functions effectively as an off-speed pitch at 27.2% of the time. And that's pretty much everything. He does throw a rare changeup, and he also has a curveball that is slightly less rare, but he will throw that as well. So he's got a little bit of everything, but he is primarily an old-fashioned sinker slider with a cutter in there as well.
Yeah, and he hasn't pitched since September 26th, so he's had some time off. Oddly enough, the same day the last time that Matt Shaw got a hit. So
yesterday I talked about the through line for the Cubs' lack of postseason success.
Yep.
And my belief, and this was, as I say, sort of a half-cooked idea, is lack of respect for pitching velocity.
Yep.
As the league has gotten more guys who throw hard and pain your ass and just blow it right by you, the Cubs have decided they don't need that or don't want that in their starting pitchers. And the response to this has been tremendous. So many people were following up with data and things, and I'm really enjoying that. We'll get to it on Feedback Friday. But if you are a DBU listener, Forward Progress listener, and you love getting these little seeds of thought and then following up on it, I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And somebody noted that the last time a regular Cubs starter, not an opener, a regular Cubs starter, threw a triple-digit pitch.
Cade Horton.
No.
He hasn't hit 100?
No. I think he sits around 96.
Huh, okay.
Can you say the last time a Cubs starter threw 100? Not a reliever, not an opener.
Who?
Kerry Wood.
No.
Apparently.
No way.
Okay, well then prove it wrong. Somebody said the first pitch that like hit the umpire in the face was 100, and then all the other guys who were even close, Samardzija and these other names up there.
All right. Well, I mean, if they did the work on it, I'll trust it, but I'll check that out too. That's insane.
Isn't it?
That's insane.
Isn't it? I thought it was. It was sent in. Let me read this. It was sent in by Ryan. He said Kerry Wood had a 100-mile an hour pitch that was fouled off the umpire's face mask to start the 20-strikeout game. He said, I don't believe that a Cubs starter has touched 100 since.
So that was 98, correct?
Prior,
1998.
Zambrano, Arrieta, Samardzija, mid to upper 90s. When Googling their fastest pitches, you don't find a 100-mile-an-hour thrower. Said if that is indeed the last time a Cubs starter threw 100, they really enjoy being stuck in their ways of being different. Different GMs, different managers, different presidents, same outcome.
So 98, correct?
Yeah.
The Kerry Wood game.
Yeah, so
the last starting pitcher to throw 100 miles per hour for the Cubs was 1998.
Until proven differently.
Okay.
Until proven otherwise, maybe there was somebody in there that was bad, but at least threw crazy hard.
Right.
But that, if we're talking about,
that's a problem.
If we're talking about regular known starters to the extent that I know they matter less than they did and openers matter more, but other teams are doing this, the Cubs are not. Now, there's more to this.
Okay.
And this is what really got me. Here's a chart that was sent in by listener Brian based on our conversation yesterday. It is a chart of the hitting numbers against velocity. And this is independent of everything other than velocity, okay? Type of pitch, type of pitcher. It is just what happens on MLB pitches in the StatCast era. So I want you to start under 90 miles an hour. That's rare. Okay, the slash line is a ridiculous 301, 383, 525.
Okay.
So
that's good.
Under 90, basically you are an MVP candidate. You're talking a 900 OPS against under 90. 90 to 91, it goes down to 293, 373, 520. Slight dip, still an all-star.
Yep.
92 to 93, 275, 351 on base, 466 slugging. So you're still over 800 OPS.
Yes.
So you're a very strong offensive player. Now, by the way, the whiff rate under 90, 12.8%. And that goes up at 92, 93 to 16.2%.
Okay.
At 94 to 95 miles an hour pitches. The average, 260. The on-base, 336. The slugging, 433. Pretty good.
Yep.
Right around, slightly above league average, right? Maybe close to league average. 96, 97. See a little bit of a drop. 247, 323, and 401. So another big drop in slugging there, and the whiff percentage is up to 21. So 96, 97, you're humming it up there pretty good. Now, 98, 99, the average is 208. On base, 292. Slugging, 333. Whiff percentage, 24.5.
Okay.
So now you're not good. At 100 plus, batting average 141, on base 213, slugging 216.
Okay. That's no good.
With a whiff percentage of 28.4. Stop saying velocity doesn't matter. Stop saying throwing 100 doesn't matter. It does. It does. It does. It is nearly impossible to hit.
Yeah, and take that one step further, Dan. If you're a batter or a team that's undisciplined and has bad approaches at the plate, how much further do those numbers drop?
This is independent.
Right.
This is only tracking velocity of pitch, result of that pitch.
Right.
It's all. This takes out team, takes out run environment, type of pitch.
Right, but how much further does that drop when you're undisciplined, when you have bad approach?
Of course, you've got the graph goes all over the place there, but I would think it is way starker for a team that isn't disciplined. And I do think the Cubs are disciplined. They draw a ton of walks. The Cubs are, over the 162, they were one of the most disciplined teams.
Yeah, just haven't shown that lately.
Which is the wrong time for that to happen.
It's a bad time.
Right.
Bad time for that to flip.
But this is just objective data.
All right, I'm gonna dive into that pitching too, as far as miles per hour. If that's correct, that's insane.
Now, as much as I've been watching baseball and tuning in here and there, I had to rage quit the Yankees game multiple times last night because I can't deal with John Smoltz. I can't handle it. This is a me problem, I know, but Joe Davis out when he's not with John Smoltz is okay, but when he's with John Smoltz, even he starts to get weird. I don't know what's going on with Smoltz, but he is Hawk Harrelson. He just says stuff all the time that isn't true. And then he gets fixated on simple little things. He was going on and on and on last night about the various hitters and the positions of their hands. And look where his hands are here. And then when the pitch comes, look where his hands are. Yeah, it's called loading your hands, schmuck. You teach it to 8-year-olds, this stuff. I mean, it's just, we're like, well, his hands were here. But when the pitch is ready to come, look where he is. Yeah, everybody's identical when the pitch is ready to come. None of that stuff before the load position matters.
Right.
Everybody knows that crap. And well, the harder the guys throw, the better he gets at hitting. No, patently false. He says stuff like that. And then he says, for most guys, a ground ball is an out. But for this guy, he can hit a ground ball and it can be a hit. You know why? Because he hits it harder. That's called exit velocity. It's all measurable. There's so many things that are simply measured and known and written down.
Well, he played in a much different era.
But he offers these things as some sort of these grandiose opinions like he's some guru on the mount. We stopped doing that. Better analysts will say, I would like to know the percentage of times that happens. Or they've got it written down already. They've already, before the game, said, here's a point I'd like to make. Let me see if my belief is correct. Let me test my baseball thought against truth.
Right.
Objectively, whether or not it's real or true, or it plays out for... That's a play that's made 9 times out of 10. Really?
Yeah, is that accurate?
Maybe it's made 9.233 times out of 10.
Well,
maybe it's made 9,987 times out of 10. We know these things.
You can actually look it up. And then you have our guy...
actually know them.
Our guy in town, JD, who's the best?
Yes, well, JD will say, from my eyes tell me that this looks like this, but I would like to see...
Yes.
But, and then an inning later, he'll say, look, I guess this is true, or... This is something I thought was true based on the anecdotal evidence, but over time in history or in this era, it's not true anymore. Because he has the humility to do that rather than preaching all this wrong baseball truth and trying to explain what a cutter is versus a fastball, taking half an inning. Like, my God, man, what year is it? I don't know who brought us a 1992 broadcast for the biggest damn games. Why does the number one teams for Fox suck? Why are you giving me Tom Brady for football instead of Greg Olson and John Smoltz instead of anybody? The play-by-play guys are all awesome.
Yeah.
I do think Joe Davis is a little weird. There's something he's kind of a bot. There's something not quite human about him that bothers me. But again, I know this is a me thing, but everything I disliked about the worst of Hawk Harrelson, Smoltz is still doing. And it sucks. And he's the number one. We can't get away from him. It
makes you angry?
Yeah, because he violates the rule. He violates the rule of sports broadcasting. Don't make people dumber. And it's one thing to just skate by. Ideally, you're making people smarter. And not every StatCast broadcast. I'm not asking for that either.
Yeah.
Believe me, I don't want just the StatCast people just throwing data at me through a fire hose. That's not interesting. That's not entertaining. So please don't mistake this as me disliking Luol Deng and South Sudanese basketball.
We know you don't, though, so it's fine.
I don't want that either. I just want a really good, entertaining, interesting, smart analyst to have the command of all of it and say, oh, this is interesting. Here I have long thought that this is what was true. But here's something that this truth has changed over time. And it's so cool that we can now know how hard a ball is hit and how likely that is to be one of these magical ground balls for base hits. That everything's measured. And just use it. Don't fight it. Don't pretend that somehow you are more powerful than cameras and radar, things that measure stuff.
Yep.
Do you know how fast you were going, sir? Yes, I do. Well, you were speeding. No, I wasn't. I can feel it. I've got great feel for how fast my car is going. I don't trust your radar, sir. Come on, man.
It's a different era.
Entirely, completely different era. Well, I know what I'm doing Saturday morning. Saturday morning, I am waiting with bated breath by the front door, and I am waiting for Russ Armstrong's lieutenant to knock on my door and come into my home and measure for my new windows. That it's Russ's guy. I know it's somebody who works directly for Russ, who is one of his trusted people. And Russ has already come out to my house, and we talked about the windows, and now it's measuring time. And then after measuring time, the next time Russ's people are at my house, installation time.
It's a good timeline to have.
It's a good timeline to have. And the very same people will do your windows when you call the Chicago window guys. Russ will come give you the estimate, and they'll set up a time to do all the measurements, and then they'll set up a time to install them. And next thing you know, your heating bill is going to be, it's not going to be frightening to open it up. Your cooling bill in the summer is not going to be frightening to open it up because windows make a huge difference. Russ will match prices when you start hearing about these ridiculous gimmicks about buy one, get one free. They're gimmicks, and Russ will explain why and how. Don't fall for those. Call Russ, 847-302-9171. Check out the 5-star reviews he has at ChicagoWindowGuys.com. And when you're getting quotes, obviously you want to get quotes, ask whoever it is, who's installing my windows. They won't be able to answer, because it could just be randos that they're using as third-party subcontracted labor. Russ does not do that. He knows everybody in and around your house. So, no, it's starting to feel fall out there. The nip is in the air now, and basketball's coming back. We're in the middle of football season. It's baseball postseason. Don't wait on this. Get on the schedule and get your windows from Russ. Whether they're old or cracked or falling apart or just plain broken, Russ has you covered. 847-302-9171, ChicagoWindowGuys.com.
So, Dan, a few weeks ago here on the show, we started following a story that you came across and brought to us, thankfully. We've had one further follow-up. We're going to continue it now.
What story was this?
Well, this was the radioactive shrimp.
Oh, the huge recall.
Yes, the recall on the radioactive shrimp.
Yeah, so there were shrimp that were irradiated. Was it cesium?
Cesium,
that
yes.
was bad. You don't want
cesium.
You don't want extra cesium
in your shrimp
on your po' boy.
But then we talked about what if one of us volunteered to eat all the radioactive shrimp to become radioactive shrimp man.
Right, but we also debated, could everybody become shrimp man, shrimp person, shrimp woman, in which case that would be chaos. There'd be anarchy.
Right.
Not everybody can be a superhero and have the same superhero origin story.
So now we have a follow-up.
Yes.
So I come across this story.
Yes.
The Illinois Valley pistol shrimp.
The Illinois Valley pistol shrimp of the Collegiate Prospect League.
Yes, sir. That is correct. They play out in Peoria, Illinois. There's a very special...
in Peru, right?
Oh, yeah, Peru. I said Peoria. Peru. Thank you. So there's a follow-up to our radioactive shrimp story.
Okay.
And so I want to dive into this, Dan, because I think it's very, very valuable for our listeners to understand this. We have a special guest joining us now here on Dan Bernstein Unfiltered.
Cool.
He is Lucas Burris. He is the assistant general manager and the play-by-play man for your Illinois Valley pistol shrimp, and he joins us now on the show.
Hi, Lucas.
Hello. Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you taking time to join us on Dan Bernstein Unfiltered. The story that we've been following for weeks now, this shrimp recall, wondering if we should all become superheroes and eat this radioactive shrimp. And then I come across a story from the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp. For one day in your upcoming 2026 season, the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp will become the Illinois Valley Radioactive Shrimp. Tell us, what's the genesis of this? How did it all come about?
Well, in truth, some things just fall into your lap, and sometimes you're already named the shrimp, and sometimes things go viral like radioactive shrimp, and you jump on a bandwagon as quickly as you can. And that's kind of the plan that we've jumped on right now. We do a lot of fun and exciting things. For many years, we've done a Halloween promotion at our ballpark. Many teams do a Christmas in July, but we think that's boring and mainstream. So we do a Halloween in July. And many of our fans love it, but we've never been anything other than the Pistol Shrimp playing on Halloween. So we're playing as the Radioactive Shrimp, going deep into green and purples and blacks. And obviously jumping on a bandwagon. So hopefully when you Google Radioactive Shrimp soon, you'll see our page and not a bunch of recalls at Walmart. That's not a sponsor, even though everyone keeps asking. So.
Now, it's interesting, Lucas, that in your position as play-by-play man and assistant general manager, as somebody with a lot of experience personally working in the low minors, I know that your job titles probably extend much further than that. So I would also wonder, from a marketing perspective too, how much of these teams in the league, because I see how the teams are very cleverly named, and it looks like that there was a lot of resources put in to a lot of the logos and the swag and the merch and everything else. So is this obviously an opportunity to market? We're going to expect at least hats.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
At a minimum, I'm a 7 3/8. So if I know that that's important, that obviously these aren't high revenue teams. You're not paying these college kids a lot. So is this a big deal for you to have another thing to sell?
Yeah, absolutely. So in what we do, and almost every single team in kind of summer collegiate baseball, you try to make enough money to cover what you just spent over the previous year. Like that's just the nature of the game. If you're doing good and you're continuing to play again the following season, if you're continuing to make money, and some teams do a lot better than others and have figured it out. But for us, we're a very small market. We're very community based. We play. It's a crazy story. We used to play at Benedictine University in Lisle. With COVID, we couldn't. So they shut us out in 2021. So our owner, John Jakimick, took his finger on Google Maps and went down I-80 trying to find a field with lights. He found my old high school field where I played. And that's where we've been ever since. The city's been great. There's a private donation to get us some, better amenities there. We're still growing and building, but we are in a weird situation. So we got to figure out how to make money as much as possible. And you make a lot on merchandise. That's just kind of how minor league baseball works. That's why every single minor league team is currently rebranding away from their parent club so they can put a logo out there and make money off of it. So what we did is we believe we have one of the best logos in baseball already. So all we did was change the colors and change one of the words, and we're going to sell more off of that. So that's what we're really excited about.
And so, but is it just for one game in the upcoming season, or is it for multiple games, or just your Halloween in July?
Yeah, we're just planning to do it for one. So that's kind of the thing. We've never done an alternate identity. We do specialty jersey nights where we'll wear something, supporting a cause or anything like that. But we have a very short season. We only play 56 games, only 28 of are at home. If we start doing more than one game, half the season is going to be Radioactive Shrimp and half the season is going to be Pistol Shrimp. So we targeted at one. We're planning to do Halloween. And then if it, goes off the walls, maybe it'll be a reoccurring thing that happens every year. But as of right now, the plan is to sell merch for Halloween, because we rolled it out as quickly as possible to get it in hands of people for Halloween this year. And then we'll bring it for our Halloween in July, because as we say in the Illinois Valley, there's 2 Halloweens a year. One's in Peru and one's in October. So
I always wonder, too, about the kinds of players that you're getting, because a lot of these collegiate leagues, amateur leagues for players who have, at least 1 year of college, and they have to have eligibility remaining. Are these all D1 players? Are there D3? Are there guys who play on college club teams? I'm just curious what the range of talent level is in this league.
Yeah. So for the Prospect League, we believe we're one of the top quality leagues in the country. There's now 19 teams in our league. We just added a 19th in Kokomo, Indiana. We're continuing to grow. The only team larger than us is the team up north of us in terms of just sheer number of teams, in terms of what we do. But in terms of talent range, it's a simple thing. Most of them follow the same. You have to follow some NCAA rules as well, but you have to be attached to a college. So you can be a just graduated high school senior going off to a college, or just graduated college senior who's leaving and not planning to play. But many of those that come, the graduated seniors, are looking to leverage our season to get a pro contract, which we do pretty often. So in terms of just us personally with the Pistol Shrimp, we target Division I talent, and then we target very high quality guys at the D3 and JUCO levels to fill out rosters, because they're 40-man rosters. But you don't see 40 guys a year. So last year we signed 62 guys over our full season. So there's a lot of guys that come in. But we pride ourselves personally in our talent level. A couple of them. Noah Schultz was a Pistol Shrimp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a hard thrower.
Yeah, so we've had some good ones. We've had 10 picks, 10 draft picks over our 6-year history.
Nice.
And obviously Noah Schultz is our crown jewel of talking about talent we can develop and people we can bring in and bring to the next level.
Did he dominate?
Yeah, so he only played a half season for us. The Schultz story is cool. So our pitching coach, Mark Sheehan, was Schultz's pitching coach in high school. And Pitch Factory, kind of that kind of stuff. So Noah got mono his senior year of high school and didn't play his senior year. So he needed people to look at him. So we provided that opportunity, which is just kind of straight exactly what our league does. It provides you eyeballs to scouts and pro teams. So Noah came, played half a season for us, and immediately got drafted out of us and didn't pitch that much, only win a couple of innings, but struck out everybody. He had like a sub-1 ERA and struck out everybody. So,
well, he was the first round pick, of course, of the White Sox. And we should, whiteboard this, that Noah Schultz, he's 6'10", 240, and was the White Sox first round pick, 26th overall in 2022. And it's, I presume, wood bats, right?
Yeah, wood bat. So it's supposed to prep college guys who have never swung or supposedly never swung a wood bat into minor league and professional baseball.
Which is a huge expense, wood bats.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, absolutely. So, you gotta pay the bills. You gotta pay the bills.
Yeah,
that's where the radioactive shrimp comes in.
If you've never been out to a game that's in this type of league with college prospects, it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and the players. I've taken my kids to games like this up in Wisconsin. And the players interact with young kids. They make it extra fun for it, and it's always a good environment to be around, obviously, for families. So if a family heads on down to Peru to catch out a Pistol Shrimp game, or if they're lucky enough to see the Radioactive Shrimp play, what can we expect from games at your home stadium?
Well, and again, we talked about crazy. We're a little crazy, so we don't have a ballpark that is fenced off, if that makes sense. I know, obviously, the inside is, but we have free admission. That's the craziest thing I'm going to tell you right now. You get to come to our game. It's free. The city subsidizes our admission. That's the current contract we've been on. So we always invite people from the city and from the suburbs out to join us. We love our attendance and everything. And then we dive deep into food at our ballpark. So we go local. So there's a bunch of local food trucks. Food truck scenes are huge in the Illinois Valley. So we pride ourselves in food in the Illinois Valley. So one of the big things we do is there's always a couple of food trucks at every game that just serve great things. Illinois Valley is famous for its pork tenderloin. So we always have some pork tenderloins out. It's really good barbecue in the Illinois Valley that's always out and about as well. And then obviously the classics like the hot dogs and everything that you can get. But that's the big thing for us is we pride family friendly and affordable. Obviously affordable right off the top. We're not charging you to get in, but we hope you spend a little bit on some beer or some food. You grab a radioactive shrimp at the store. But it's just high quality talent. We won the Prospect League championship 2 years ago. So we always feel like we put out a really good product on the field that you're going to be able to enjoy, but also it's nice seat backs that are brand new as of a couple of years ago, gorgeous views. And obviously it's Illinois in the summer. So the sunsets that you get once you get outside of those suburbs and the city are really something special.
And then your schedule runs from when?
Just June and July, really. So we start the last week of May and the playoffs end the first week of August. So
and then people want
June, July.
And people want more information, they go to pistolshrimpbaseball.com. The store is there too for the Radioactive Shrimp because a lot of cool t-shirts. There's a really cool orange t-shirt Lots of great stuff, though, as I'm taking a look here at the store itself. So if people want to jump on in and support the team and get themselves a really cool Radioactive Shrimp hat or shirt, they're all there at the store at pistolshrimpbaseball.com.
Beware the biohazard.
Yeah.
which and that's a logo I love. I think it's public domain. I'm not telling you how to do your job.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see, like, on whatever jersey, big old biohazard patch in there. Beware. Don't get too close.
Yeah. That's the big thing. There's more to come, obviously, with Radioactive Shrimp, because merch is just out right now. We've got to decide on a jersey, and we got to have a lot of fun as the season rolls along. But right now, we're just trying to get merch in fans' hands. So it's a quick rollout right now. If you order by Monday, we'll get it to you by Halloween.
Outstanding. Lucas, this is really fun. Thank you for taking the time to join us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, Lucas, thank you. That's Lucas Burris, assistant GM of the Pistol Shrimp baseball out of Illinois Valley in Peru.
Meanwhile, the pistol shrimp itself is a real shrimp.
Now, did you pull that up or no?
Well, I don't have it in front of me, but as I understand it, the pistol shrimp can generate, whether it's like an air bubble or a noise that creates a ridiculous amount of concussion and heat to destroy its prey. Or to subdue its prey, would be a better verb.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. So characterized by having asymmetrical claws, the larger of which is typically capable of producing a loud snapping sound. It says it's one of the loudest sounds that you could hear in water. And then this heat, it produces so much heat. So yeah, very cool. Didn't know the pistol shrimp was a real thing.
Didn't either.
But so that kind of helps with the superhero power. So maybe instead of
every radioactive shrimp is a radioactive pistol shrimp. They're more likely to be radioactive, just normal edible shrimp.
All right. Well, now that could be a different thing, though. Maybe based on your own genetics, you become a different type of shrimp.
You could be a mantis shrimp.
Maybe you're a pistol shrimp and you have a giant hand that when you snap it together, it makes that noise that defeats your enemies and melts them.
I am inevitable. I am Iron Man. I am radioactive pistol shrimp, and you're both gone. I like it. Very good.
The apparel is really cool, though. It's really, really neat, and good for them for jumping on that story of radioactive shrimp and taking it over for their Halloween in July. So, again, we've been up to Kenosha, the Kingfish, which is a collegiate summer team, and it's fun. It's really a great ballpark. It's one of the ballparks they used in filming A League of Their Own. The players interact with the kids a lot. They spend time talking to them, signing baseballs and T-shirts and hats and everything they want. The kids love it. You can see the roster of schools they all go to. These are a lot of D1 players. It's just a really good time. And they're up in Kenosha too. Their food and their drink is really they really dive into it there. So that must be something that they have to do. You go down to a game in Peru for the pistol shrimp, and there's no charge to get in.
That's great.
That's great.
So you mentioned A League of Their Own, and back to our conversation about Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah.
I got a text in the middle of the last game that referenced the movie.
Okay. Was it from Pete Crow?
It just said,
part of the problem.
It said Pete Crow Armstrong getting the Kit Keller treatment. High fastballs. Can't hit them.
Yeah.
Can't lay off them.
Yep. Except for that championship game.
Yeah. Well,
she hit one.
Yeah, but then her sister, she was out, but her sister was kind enough to release the ball on purpose to allow her to have her moment.
Or did it really release?
Oh, come on. That's the dumbest debate of all time. Of course she let it, because she already had...
She had Bob.
She had her husband in her
Bob.
life.
Wasn't it Bob?
Is that Bill Pullman?
Yes, Bill Pullman.
It was Bob.
It was Bob.
If you got a Bob, you're set for life.
So now let's bring this
That's right, it was Bob, wasn't
it? Was Bob. Let's bring it full circle now.
She married a Bob. I don't know.
Hey, let's bring it full circle to Top Gun Maverick, because everything goes back to Maverick.
Right.
His son, Lewis, is the wingman, and his code name is...
Bob.
Bob.
That's right. That's Bill Pullman's kid.
Yes. I'm telling you, everything goes back to Top Gun Maverick.
Ooh, very good. That's better than my Billy Bear thing linking 48
No,
hours
that was
of
very
Predator.
no, that was very good.
That's pretty good too.
That was very good.
Quick Bulls note: if you were watching last night at Cleveland, the Bulls won an exhibition game. Couple of things that I noticed in that game. One, enjoy Yuki Kawamura while you can. If you're new to
before it's too late.
Well, if you're new to the Yuki Kawamura experience, he is a riot. He's 5'8". He can shoot it. and he can see the floor like nobody's business. He does Steve Nash type stuff out there. He is, and I don't use this just sort of casually. He's a brilliant point guard. Unfortunately, he's 5'8".
Yeah.
And it makes it hard for him to, compete in the NBA. He's 5'8", 155. And looks every bit of 5'8", 155, like somebody's kid or someone's little brother who you needed. But he is fast, and he's brilliant. He's a magician. The way he's able to find angles and make passes, he's on a two-way deal. And the reason I bring it up is he's unlikely to be on the Bulls roster. But he is a reason to go see Windy City Bulls games.
Okay.
Out in Rolling Meadows. Just for Yuki Kawamura. If he does play in the NBA, awesome. Because to be a little guy in the NBA, you got to be strong. You have to really be able to hold your own in the post, to lean on somebody. You can be, if you're super quick, can really shoot it, and you're strong as an ox, you can make it. Those are guys like Facu Campazzo, excuse my French.
Bless you.
Or even Jose Alvarado is 6 feet tall, so that's a little different. When you're talking about really successful little guys in today's NBA, when you're guarding a guy 6'8", they're just going to turn around and score on you all day. And so you gotta kind of hold your own. And he can't. But if he does end up, if he doesn't take an overseas deal, I don't know if his two-way is going to prevent him at some point, if there's an out in there, if some Greek team or Australian team, whatever, is going to pay him big money, or go back to Japan and play professionally there. He's got, people love him. He draws crowds in Japan. There's Japanese media here covering him. If you say, what's going on here, just enjoy. The preseason. The other thing, too, do you see who was in at the end of a preseason game?
Who?
Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams out there at the fourth quarter of a preseason game, out there with the Scribinis.
So what does that tell you?
Tells me that's a message.
So let me ask you about Yuki.
Yeah.
What's the point then?
The point guard.
What, seriously? What's the point then for the organization?
I don't know.
Okay. And I'm not saying it's not fun and it's not worth the going out to see a G League game. Is it G League? Mm-hmm. G League game.
He's only 24.
Yeah, I mean, sure, I get that, and it's a fun novelty. It sounds like, but if that can never transfer and translate into an NBA court, what's the point for it then?
I don't think it can, but he is 24. He can really shoot. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, he does stuff that reminds you of Steve Nash.
Okay.
In the open floor, in the half court, he understands spacing preternaturally.
How big was Steve Nash?
6 feet, right? 6'1", maybe?
He was over 6, wasn't he?
I think so.
I thought he was over 6 foot. Yeah, I just get it. I just think at this point, the organization is so far away from winning.
Oh, 6'3" for Steve.
Yeah, 6'3". So then, I just don't get the point to it.
I don't know.
That's a yeah.
I'm not saying there has to be one.
It's only one spot.
I'm not at the moment here to defend.
Yeah, I know you're not.
He's a bottom of the roster guy.
Yeah,
and he's sort of a toy basketball player, but he's really fun to watch.
Yeah.
And if you want to teach your kid about point guard play, if you really want to say this is how you understand strong side, weak side. It's how you understand the shape of a defense, how you understand where the ball is supposed to go, what a pocket pass looks like. That you can teach off his tape.
Okay.
And especially in these exhibition games that don't matter, it just a reason to watch it.
Just to enjoy it. I get it.
I just wanted to bring it up.
I know.
And now you make me feel bad.
No, I'm not trying to make you feel bad.
How does this help you win a championship?
I didn't say that, and I didn't say it like a dummy either.
How does this get you closer to winning a championship?
I didn't say that either. I didn't say.
You're the same guy that always says, "God, this guy. How dare you just?"
I'm
enjoy
not trying
something.
to take your fun out of it. I'm trying to dive into the Bulls stuff and be there with you, pal.
Gotcha,
but it just
gotcha.
I just didn't get it. But hey, if it's just a fun novelty to enjoy. For, like you said, until it's gone, great, then I can do that.
If only I had somebody that I knew that would dive into Bulls and enjoy Bulls with me every once in a while. Stay tuned.
Somebody's out there, I'm sure.
Maybe somewhere I can find somebody who has the same approach to finding a way to enjoy Bulls basketball.
Hang on a second, let me...
Is it under there or something?
There's no one under here.
Somewhere.
No one else in this room.
So I might might be able to find somebody, so stay tuned.
You know, for the last few weeks, I've been telling you about our friends over at Lucy. You can check them out online at lucy.co. That's lucy.co. Matt, what's Lucy? Come on, guys.
Matt,
Lucy
what's
products.
Lucy? What is it?
Lucy, they're 100% pure nicotine products.
Oh.
They're always tobacco-free, too.
Got it.
Now, Lucy products come in pouches and gum and breakers. Now, breakers are their pouches that have a burstable flavor capsule inside. You crush it anytime for an instant burst of hydration and flavor. Lucy products are available in a great variety of flavors from mint, wintergreen, apple ice, mango, berry citrus, espresso, apple cider, cinnamon, and pomegranate. There's definitely a flavor there for you. Now, if you're looking for a tobacco-free product that delivers that kick of nicotine that you need for an extra boost in your day, or maybe something to help take the edge off, Lucy Products has exactly what you need. So let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/DBU and use promo code DBU to receive 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind, and you can even set yourself up with a subscription and have Lucy delivered straight to your door. So don't wait. Order your Lucy today, whether it's gum, pouches, or breakers. Use promo code DBU for 20% off your first order. Go to lucy.co/DBU right now. Here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine, and nicotine is an addictive chemical.
I teased a little college football note earlier, and there is something that is newsworthy, and you may not think it may not sound super important right now, but it is, and I think it's probably a good thing for the sport.
Yep.
And that is the change in the window, the portal for transfers, and how that might affect bowl games and how it affects when a coach bails after lying to his players.
So two things happened yesterday. The NCAA Division I Administrative Committee approved yesterday two significant changes to the portal. It was finalizing the modification brought forth last month by the FBS Oversight Committee. The college transfer portal will have just one window now to enter the portal moving forward rather than one in the winter and another in the spring. That window in 2026 will run for 2 weeks from January 2nd until January 16th. So January 2nd to January 16th. How does that impact playoffs? The semifinals are on January 8th and January 9th. That's the Fiesta Bowl and the Peach Bowl.
Okay.
And then the championship game is the 19th. So during this window, there will be two playoff games that will take place, the 8th and the 9th.
Okay. So that means there is still going to be chaos.
There is still going to be chaos.
Okay. So will guys sit out? They're trying to prevent people from sitting out bowl games and or like bailing on their teammates in the middle of this. But this window though will hold the final four teams. So the final four teams will be impacted by this portal window, the transfer window. So the 8th and the 9th are the Fiesta, the Peach Bowl, 4 teams remaining. That's when the window opens to January 2nd to January 16th. The championship game is on the 19th. Okay.
The second alteration pertains to the transfer exceptions granted to players after coaching changes.
Because if a coach leaves, you should be free to pursue other options.
Other opportunities. The exception currently allows players to enter the transfer portal during a 30-day window that opens the day after the coach leaves or is fired. The committee approved a new format that is shortened to 15 days and begins 5 days after the coach is hired or announced, seemingly in an effort to crack down on the midseason portal activity.
All right. Well, my response to some of this is whatever you try to do with the official dates and official window doesn't change the fact that this goes on all year.
Yep.
That the conversations are held all the time, that now that players can have agents, just because a declaration is made or made public, made official at a certain time, does not change what's actually happening on the ground.
Right.
And it means that as much as coaches want to have these hard limits that keeps them from having to re-recruit their own players all the time. I don't know how you coach college football right now while dealing with your players, while trying to find the next good job for yourself, and then trying to deal with every possibility of this player leaving and then who do I get from elsewhere, and having contingent commitments saying if this guy goes, will you come here? Nothing's written down. as much as you want to hire these general managers to do these jobs, basketball, maybe it's doable, but for the 80 guys you have in your roster, whatever the size of the rosters are now, no matter what they do, no matter what they say, it's not going to change the realpolitik of it's all the time everybody on your roster.
Right.
So good luck, I guess, I'll say.
Yeah, good luck to that. And we'll see how that what that does to limit the chaos, if it does limit the chaos at all. We'll see.
I just think it drives the chaos further underground.
Yeah.
That as much as once you do this, you can't unring this bell. And I know this now from what my son is telling me at a really good football program where he is always around the football team, as with all the writing that he's been doing about the football team and going to practices, and everybody is either there just from another program or getting ready to build their resume to leave for another program. They think the coach is probably leaving after this year to take some huge job, and everything's always in transition all the time. It's an anxiety dream.
Yeah.
There's no there. There's no. They get to the locker room, they try to win the next game, and half of these guys don't even remember what logo they've got on the side of their head.
Yeah, it's interesting. Following up too on the story, the Oklahoma receiver that crashed into the brick wall, apparently out of the hospital, walked back into the building the next day, completely fine, still going through protocol.
Okay, good.
To make sure that he can get back on the field. But he even, looking at him, that Keontae Lewis is the receiver from Oklahoma. So we're glad that no serious injury, because it looked terrible at the time it happened. He got stretchered off. But even a player like that, he's a fifth-year senior at Oklahoma, came from Southern Illinois, played at UCLA also. I mean, I think there's another school in there.
Hot UCLA.
Oh, God.
Jerry Neuheisel.
Yes.
Trying to as soon as he could figure out how to wear the headset, next thing you knew, he was dialing up a winner.
Over
Penn State.
Yes.
And James Franklin.
Who apparently boosters want him out.
Which ones?
All of them.
Not all of them.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
you had to write a big
there's
check.
it's I think a $50 million buyout.
It was 60.
No, it's 50.
Okay.
It's 50 for him, and then he's under contract through like 2030 or 2031.
Hey, get paid, go to the beach.
Take that 50.
Yep,
yeah,
take
50
it.
million.
You can sit on a
Buy me out tomorrow.
He could be a broadcaster at a Blink.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He'd be terrific at broadcasting. He'd be great.
Have you seen who's your guy, the movie guy, Jordan Peele?
Yeah.
Have you seen Jordan Peele doing in his impression of James Franklin? Like, he actually ran out onto the field one time. Like, he led the team out and then did like a mock interview. I want to say
it wasn't Keegan-Michael Key?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah. And he did a halftime interview, a mock interview with Spice Adams too.
Okay.
As James Franklin.
Yeah, Keegan-Michael Key is the much bigger sports guy.
Really funny.
Yeah.
Really funny.
Sitting here saying, wait a sec, you guys did a whole show and I haven't heard anything about the Bears. Well, guess what? We have another podcast on 312 Sports that is dedicated every day to only Bears and NFL. So we've saved it all. We've got the Bears are back to work. We've got all the Ben Johnson sound for you as they get ready for the Commanders. So don't worry about it. We got you. It's all good. It's its own podcast called Forward Progress. So for Matt Abaticola and for our guest, Lucas Burris.
That was fun.
Nice surprise. Thank you. Thank you for
course.
doing that. That was great. Thanks for tuning in to today's edition of Dan Bernstein Unfiltered.
Dan Bernstein Unfiltered. Unfiltered on 312 Sports.